Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Star Flames. In this video, we're going to talk about R. Kelly suing Tasha K and US prison officials along with a few other government bodies based on what I'm understanding, right? And he's filing a lawsuit because he claims federal prison official leaked a bunch of his private information to an internet blogger who aired a lot of his laundry. And, when I heard about this, I was like, how do you admit that you're guilty, even though you've been found guilty and is behind bars? Like, I don't know. I don't know who's advising this man, but the case is given. We need to raise some money, and we're going to try and do so by any means necessary. But at the same time, they're not being tactful. And because they're not being tactful, he has already lost the case. He doesn't even have the money to fight it because this man is basically telling the world that he's guilty. And I'm like, are lawyers involved? Because if what the media outlet is reporting, he's telling the world, yes, I did it. But he has been convicted, right? And he has a few people to pay because he's being sued for a lot of things. Now, I see a lot of people bashing Tasha K. I see a lot of people saying free R. Kelly. And I cannot even begin to understand, like, what's the problem with us as black people? Why do we like for criminals to be free? Like, can't we wake up to realize that that's not normal? Why do we cry for peace in our community? And why do we cry for equality and talk about white privilege when we keep shooting ourselves in the foot? I think people should be demanding that the parents of these kids be held equally accountable. And I think people should be looking at who has been allowing this man, R. Kelly, to get away with these things. Who else knew about them and has been allowing him to get away with it? Because long before R. Kelly was convicted, a lot of celebrities has been talking about a lot of the horrible hidden tapes that they've seen. I remember when Wendy Williams did a show when Wendy said she saw the tape, she was so disgusted that she got rid of all of R. Kelly's songs. She would never listen to him again. And I see people saying, free him. Why should he be free? You're saying that it is something that you like. You're saying kids should be exploited. Kids should be treated in such manner. Like, are you all okay? I have to ask, are you people okay? Because you can't be okay. You should be lobbying for every individual who has failed these kids to be held accountable. But let's talk about this case, shall we? Because I do believe in justice, right? And I believe that, R. Kelly has his rights even though he was convicted. But this case is a very fickle one based on how it is being approached and on the basis that he doesn't have the money or power to fight the claims that he's leading with. Not only that, what Tasha K had shared on her channel was also released like a few hours after by news outlets. So it's going to be really interesting to see how they put this case together to even come close. But it's already a loss, I can see. But let's talk about it, right? Now, they're saying the incarcerated singer just filed a lawsuit against the U.S. government, a handful of Bureau of Prison Workers, and Tasha K, all of whom he claims were in cahoots to publicize his private matters while he was in custody out in Chicago during his case there. Now let's pause a bit. First of all, Tasha K and the government ain't in no cahoots. So that's like public mischief right there. Because if unless the media is doing a poor report, how do you say that, the US government, a handful of prison worker, a handful of Bureau of Prison Worker and Tasha K were in cahoots? Like, how are you going to prove that? And if you can't prove that, do you realize that you're making public mischief on the US government? And this is why I say the way he's going about the case, he has already lost. Too desperate. At this point, it is so laughable. Um, I bet Tasha K is over there dying of laughter because she knows that however she obtained that information, she wasn't in cahoots with US government. If he said an individual or a prison worker, what he should have done is to break this case up by first going after the prison bureau. That is what he should have done. He should have went after the government because it was the government responsibility to ensure that his case was kept private, because if the government has didn't release anything, the information shouldn't have been breached. So he should have first go after the government when he won that, because that would be a very easy win for him. And then after winning that, he should go after Tasha K, right? But I mean, hey, if your lawyers ain't thinking for you, like, why am I here thinking for you? It's so funny. It's so funny to see how lawyers are treating people. Like, are they even thinking? But let's continue, right? They're saying Kelly points the finger at 3 unnamed BOP officials at the prison he was being held at, alleging they accessed their internal system that documented what Kelly was doing within their walls, including email correspondence, private phone call, visitor logs, etc. Kelly and his lawyer, Jennifer Bonjean, believed the officials struck an agreement with Tasha K to supply her with Kelly's prison information, which he suspects might have been done for cash. Tasha has already addressed these claims, which she publicly made well before the suit, and denied being mixed up in any illegal activity. Because I even did a video about this when they were accusing her of paying, and they're saying that, they could prove that she was actually paying people for this and she would have gone to jail. And I said, no, she wouldn't have gone to jail for this, because she made it clear that she doesn't pay for information. And if someone gave her the information, if she didn't obtain it through by going in there wiretapping or such, then she can't be held accountable. And the news outlet, the media, had also shared the information within the same time frame. So they would have to hold the media as well as Tasha K accountable. But let's continue, right? They say Kelly claims the info allowed Tasha, who has a big YouTube following, to publish unflattering pieces about R. Kelly, which he says hurt his rep, invaded his privacy, and caused him undue emotional distress. You're not entitled to be protected if you have committed such crimes. You are entitled to feel the full repercussions of your actions. And if a journalist or a blogger is exposing something that you've done and there's evidence, they should not think about your feelings or emotions once you have committed a crime, because you did not think about the feelings nor the emotions of those kids. So, go away with your BS, please. I don't know who keeps supporting these people and their nonsense, but at this point, I have to say, make it make sense, please. Well, let's continue, right? They say Kelly says the U.S. government was negligent. If that's the case, if his information was leaked, yes, negligence is there. in allowing its prison personnel to allegedly access and share this information, and now he's asking for major damages. The claim Kelly is making here dates back to 2019 or so, since being convicted in his case. In a Chicago case, he has been moved to a federal facility in North Carolina where he's serving his lengthy sentence. Also, fun fact, Tasha K is the same woman Cardi B successfully sued for defamation. So everyone believed that because Cardi B won a lawsuit against Tasha K, they can follow in the same pattern and win a lawsuit just the same. But at this time, all these people are just wasting their time, because even if they had a good case, Tasha K doesn't have the money to pay. And I'm going to tell you one thing. Tasha K ain't nobody's fool. She has learned a lot, and she has learned a lot from her mistakes. She's definitely by no means perfect, hella wretched, but at the same time, I believe that too many people are just doing stuff because they can do it. Also, I do hope that Tasha K learns to protect herself better going forward. But I believe that people who are criminals, people who violate law, especially kids, and there's evidence proving that they have done so, I believe they should be put in that box. That box is closed, locked, and the keys are thrown away. And that's all I have to say about that. Let me know what are your thoughts, guys. And while you're at it, give this video a big thumbs up, share if you care, and see you all later, honey. Bye.